Hi, my name is Caitlin Schmidt with the Wellness Station. This is the second in a series of 10 essential Feldenkrais lessons.
And I'm Paul McAndrew, and we're going to be leading you through a lesson called the piano keys. And in this lesson, you're going to get an introduction to, if you actually were playing the piano, you'd need to know all of the different keys, and the same thing of life, moving, you need to and want to and will benefit from being able to control and have a relationship, a more intimate relationship with all the individual segments of your spine. So we're going to go ahead and show you one way in which you can actually begin to send better information up into the control center, into your brain, letting the control center, the little woman, the little guy, know how to engage those little muscles that control your spine in a more intimate way. A lot of talk about core control. What we're looking at is actually stability with suppleness, not just holding. In fact, holding will oftentimes get in the way of taking care of your back. So, Caitlin, I'll let you go ahead and lie down. But if you let your right leg come on up into a bent position. And then Caitlin's going to begin to push off of her right foot, the leg that's bent, and engage a movement in her pelvis, so that what begins to happen is her spine is moving and rotating, and ideally one at a time. So she's going to go slowly, and one vertebrae at a time is going to be engaging, and then as she comes back down, in reverse order, she's going to lay each of those vertebrae back down. She's pushing with her foot, so what's happening is there's a force into the table being firm, pushes back up through, and her hip lifts and rotates and engages those lower vertebrae. So as she's doing that, it would look something like this here. She's pushing with that right foot, pelvis rolls, the spine starts to turn. Now sometimes if you've had some issues with your back, you might actually find yourself a little bit unsure about this motion right off the bat, especially if your body and your brain aren't used to something of this nature, again, because you might have been protecting your back because of some discomfort. So now we're going to do a little kind of neurological trick, if you will. So if you bring your hands together in front, Caitlin, and now as she rolls this time, she's going to invite her upper body and her head to move with her. And so as she goes back and forth now, what's happening is instead of a rotation in the spine, she's getting a rotation of the whole body, but the spine's moving as one unit. So now if you pause there, and now if you leave your hip where it is, and then bring your shoulder back, so now she's rotating her spine from above on down, whereas before initially, rotating from the bottom on up. So this is a way of getting the brain used to this kind of a movement. Now if you pause there and lower your hands down by your side, you'll see that she's actually in the shape that she was in, kind of interestingly, in that initial movement. And if you bring your hands up again, Caitlin, and then go ahead and turn here. And something else that she could have done, if she can move this part separate from here, she could leave her upper body where it is and just lower the hip up and down. So now she's moving from the bottom on up and engaging those individual segments. Once again, sending information into her brain. Our brains are amazing, but they only know what they have experienced. They only know what they have experienced. So we have to provide the brain, just like if you wanted to learn to play the piano, your brain doesn't know how to play the piano. It has incredible potential to learn how to do that by you engaging in a very interesting way because you're curious, you're motivated, etc. So that's the piano keys, and I hope that you have an opportunity to engage in this little mini lesson and see how it leaves you feeling. Thank you, Caitlin.
You're welcome, no problem.